Well, I first wanted to say that you are my favorite.
Esther walked her 40 acres the other day and stopped at each of the over 300 beautiful oak trees and told them exactly that. You are my favorite. You are my favorite. You are my favorite. Because whatever beautiful thing is the object of her attention in any moment is exactly that. Yeah.
Well, this precious little girl that I have is my favorite daughter of all lifetimes. And I just have wonderful stories of numbers alignment. Too much information, but she was conceived on January 11th, 111. And I didn't notice it when I first got the ultrasound back. I always thought that my birth date was on it, but I had an evening appointment, and the hour was, well, my birthday is 65/04/27, and at 6:54 and 27 seconds, the ultrasound picture was snapped.
You're very powerful.
I also, I own a business, and when I decided to get...
So you're aware that these numbers are happening all around you all the time, yes? As the time is moving, the 2-2 happened just now.
Yesterday, the first day, I was sitting over there, and at 5:55, 55:55, I happened to, that one I kind of conjured because I like looking at the fives for Jerry. So, high 555 to Jerry. At 43:43, I just happened to look there, and 22. I love it.
Now, this is the perfect discussion to have about, so everything that you have been asking for is in the vortex. And everything that's in the vortex, the cooperative components are being gathered, and it is flowing back to you for your allowing of the revelation of it. So the timing of your awareness is really about your allowing, isn't it? So Esther was telling a friend the other night about some earrings that Jerry had given her. The only thing he ever gave her was very early in their relationship, and they were gold posts, and she wore them every day. And one day they'd gotten into the car, and she just reached and realized that her earring was not there, even though it had only been about 10 minutes since she had attached it to her ear. So they got out of the car. They were living in an apartment complex in Phoenix, and they began searching everywhere they'd walked. For 2 hours they looked. They searched everywhere, feeling in the fibers of the carpet, feeling everywhere, and could not find it. And for days and days and days, that was Esther's dominant intention, to find that lost earring, to find it. Because it was a yin and a yang, and Jerry had explained that they were forever earrings. And so Esther thought they should last forever, at least be with her forever, and it had been a very short time. She was not willing to give them up. So a few days passed, and then a few more days passed, and finally Esther just breathed it out and resigned herself, and she said, I'm just going to have to accept that it's gone. And then she didn't think much about it for a day or two. And then they were one day walking back through this same narrow sidewalk between two tall buildings with a flower bed on either side, and the sun shining through the alleyway, through the trees that were there. And Esther just happened to look over, and there was a little beam of light shining on the post of the earring that was sticking up from the dirt. It was the only thing that was showing. She just happened to see it. It was more than the equivalent of a needle in a haystack, really.
Oh, yeah.
And she was so delighted. It was before they were conversing with us. She explained this story to us later on, and we explained that you can't find what's lost.
Exactly.
You have to be in alignment So she had managed to get back up into her usual alignment before she was inspired to realize something that she had been looking for. And so these numbers lining up for you, they are like that. It's your inspiration to align with seeing them more than it is anything else. In other words, we don't want you to think that you are the orchestrator. It will be easier for you. In other words, of course you orchestrate a lot of things, but if you would see yourself as the rendezvouser with what you want and understand that the environment in which you are living is rich and ripe with all of the components that you are asking for to make your life wondrous moment after moment, day after day, forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. And if you are tuning yourself to that high-flying frequency, understanding and believing, and of course believing is what understanding is, knowing that whatever you want is available to you in perfect timing, and you will relax in a trusting attitude of allowing the universe to orchestrate circumstance and events for you, then everything will go well for you. And these numbers lining up, you're right, Jerry loved that. He loved seeing the clock at 333, 444, 555, and he always said, when it's 666, I'll worry. So frequently those numbers line up for you, but everything lines up for you. Numbers are just a representation of other things lining up for you. When you care about the numbers and you're seeing them line up a lot, then that means you're tuned in. If it matters to you, you are the one who gets to identify the things that matter to you, and then you are the one who gets to revel in the realization of the recognition of those things that you care about. You see. Anybody else see numbers line up? Anybody else like it? Good.
It just makes me laugh.
Yeah, very good. Yeah.
Could I mention one more? Because I had a business where I could bring. I bought a little wiener. Well, I got a little.
Are you asking for something more, or is this the same subject? Another story about the same thing?
Another story about something cute.
We're really good.
Okay.
Are you?
Yes, I am.
Really good.